So hello everyone. Till previous video, we calculated how to obtain the gain of the 5 transistor OTA and how to improve. So in the series of improving the gain of 5 transistor OTA, okay. So 5 transistor OTA gain improvement. Till previous video, I have shown you a method of increasing the GM, which was nothing but GMA. How I evaluated this? Some GM block, the small GM block cascaded with some gain block. The overall GM we obtained here was capital GM, which is GM into A. So this was the one method that can be used to increase the GM. But a second thing that I told you was increment in R out. So in this video we will see that some strategies to increase this. First of this is cascode. So cascode is important thing here where we can use it to increase the gain. So this is the basic structure for our 5 transistor OTA, and from this structure we know that the gain was what? The gain was simply GM of input pair V out. So for this the gain was GM of input pair times R out. R out was RDS 2 parallel RDS 4. So if I introduce something cascode device here, I can increase the resistor. So how this improvement can be done? So if I am saying that on the input side I have some NMOS cascode device, and this is my input pair, this is my 2I0 V1 V2. okay, so on top of that there was a load. Previously it was diode connected PMOS load. Still there is some load, but I am not showing it. So here if I am seeing my V out, or if I calculate gain from here, you will see that this is some bias voltage which I am not mentioning here. This is suppose M1, M2, now it is M3, M4, and this load has some transistors I am not showing here. So this can be considered bias voltage of 3, 4, okay, which is given some external bias. I am not concerned about that. So now point is that what will be the gain of this block? If we want to calculate the gain of this block, we will simply calculate, I told you, for any particular block we will calculate the R out, then we will calculate the GM of the block. So what is the GM of the block? We will calculate two things, R out and GM. So first we know that for any particular structure GM, we will short the output. If we short the output and we calculate the ISC, we can see from here the current, actually which is short circuit current, is nothing but a current generated due to these input pair devices only. You can see this thing. So yeah, current generated by the input pair device is what? Okay, so this current generated is GM V1. This current generated is what? GM V2. So we know that from previous discussion that I told you, GM1 equal to GM2 equal to GM, means GM of input pair is same. Okay, so from here we can see that this load device is nothing but a current mirror. So here I will get GM V1. So again we can see that ISC is nothing but GM V1 minus V2. So it is nothing but GM VD. So ISC by VD, which is the GM of overall structure, it is nothing but GM of input pair. So GM is not changed. Then what is the utilization of this structure if GM is still same? I cannot increase the gain, but yes, we can increase, because the gain is what the total expression of gain is GM cross R out. GM is still GM 1 cross 2, but now R out is changed. So we will see that what is the R out of this structure. So to calculate the R out, I'll drop this particular Cascode device. Okay, so on the input side, I have a structure. Now I will complete design this. If I am considering on the load side, the PMOS, same PMOS, current mirror, and this side I have Cascode devices on the input, 2I note. Okay, so yeah, these are the Cascode devices. So from, if we are calculating V out here, so I told that GM is same. So overall GM is what? GM of input pair. Now for R out, we will see that there are, this is R down, this is R up. From the structure, I am directly writing, no need to calculate it again. But R up is what? R up is, if I am saying that these are 5, 6, these are 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So R up is what? R up is still RDS 6. But what is R down? R down is nothing but GM of transistor 4 into RDS of 4 times RDS of 2. I am not going to calculate it again, but you can understand how to calculate the impedance of Cascode device. For some people, I can show here. If this is the Cascode structure, let here is V in, here is V out, this is some bias voltage. So for this particular structure, if we calculate the R down, it comes what? It comes GM R out of this transistor, GM RDS of this transistor times this resistor, which is again RDS. Okay, so this can be simply understood from any structure for any NMOS. If this is the degenerated resistor RS, this is some, okay. So from here, if we calculate the R down, it is nothing but GM of the transistor, RDS of the transistor times this RS. So instead of this RS, we have here this device resistance, which is RDS of lower device. So this is the way you can use the small signal model. You can easily calculate. So no need to calculate again. So now point is that what is the R out? So R out is parallel of R up and R down. So is really this R out is improved for this structure? Still not, because we are seeing that if we are using the Cascode on the input pair side, or we are using the NMOS Cascode devices, then we can increase the down resistor, but R up resistor is still depending on the one device structure. So this is also not perfect method. The parallel of these two will come what? RDS 6 parallel of RDS 4 GM 4 RDS 2. It is big number, but it is still RDS order of R naught only. So overall we are in the order of RDS 6 only, not much improvement. So what you will see, we will use the Cascode on P side as well. So the complete structure, it is not a part of exactly 5 transistor OTA, but I am telling you how can we increase the gain by just applying the Cascode there. So this is again my 5 transistor OTA basic structure, and in that structure, if I want to introduce Cascode, then what will be the exact structure visible is like this. So this is the Cascode devices structure. Now I have used structure cascode devices on both the sides. Means upside means active load side, means PMOS side, and also at the side of input pair. So this is my M0. Okay. So these are bias voltage. These are bias voltage. So these bias voltages are defined because I am taking the diode connected devices here. But yeah, these bias voltages are defined, but this bias voltage I will take from outside, like BV34. So this is, I will number it again: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So from here we can see, if we are taking the output here, then what is now R out? R out is again the parallel of R up and R down. So it is nothing but parallel of R up and R down. And R up we also knows GM6 RDS6 times RDS8 parallel GM4 RDS4 RDS2. From this structures, all these calculation I am considering, this is a virtual short. This node is a virtual short. I am considering this. So you can do this exercise and you can find this. Now R out is increased much. Okay. So intrinsically, if I consider all these RDS same or GM same, let's suppose, then it will be what? GM R0 times R0 parallel with GM R0 times R0. So previously it was what? Only the parallel of two R0s. Now what is this? Now it is a parallel of, previously it was parallel of these two R outs only. Now this R out is multiplied with some intrinsic gain. This R out is also multiplied with some intrinsic gain. So overall we can say that R out by 2. So previously the output impedance was only R out by 2. Now it is multiplied with this intrinsic factor. This is intrinsic gain. So R out is significantly increased. So initially I told you that the gain can be increased by either increasing GM or by R out. In this structure I don't have any advantage over the GM, but I have lot of advantage over this R out. GM R0 R out by 2. So lot of increment in R out, hence the gain is increased. But point is that nothing comes for free in analog design. Here we can see that from this structure we can see that we are getting good gain, but some other problems comes. So I'll give some brief on what are the problems that can come with this structure. Yeah, the problems that can come with this structure is, the most known problem is that swing problem. M0. So this is my structure. Okay. Here I am taking output V out. It is not exactly the part of 5 transistor OT, but I am telling you the way how we can increase the gain. So this is the extra structure that we have used here. These are the Cascode devices. Cascode devices. If the question is asked, what is the problem with this Cascode device, why we cannot use it always, then the problem is that to keep these transistors in saturation, we have some voltage is consumed here, this side. This transistor M3 and M4, these two transistors M3 and M4, this is M3, M4, M5, M6. So these M4 and M6, these are consuming more headroom here. They are consuming the voltage, at least their overdrive voltage. So overall we can see that this side, if I am easily considering that previously it was only one overdrive of this transistor and the overdrive of this transistor, but now this transistor is also taking its own voltage to remain in saturation. This transistor is also taking some voltage to remain in saturation. So overall we can say that from VDD some more voltage is consumed by upper transistor and some more voltage is consumed by lower transistor. So overall I have this swing is reduced. This output swing is reduced. We will discuss this thing in detail and how to calculate the output swing, or what are the maximum and minimum limits of output, min max limits of output for particular structure. I am not going in detail for this. This structure is also known as telescopic amplifier, cascode structure. This I will say, this is also known as telescopic op-amp, or this is just nothing but an extension of 5 transistor OTA to improve the gain. But I told you that there is a swing limitation, huge swing limitation is there, because these the transistor, extra transistor we are adding, we are making the stack of the transistor consuming also some voltage to remain in saturation. So overall we can say that we are losing swing here. For lower VDD we cannot use it. For lower VDD we cannot use it. So in coming videos I will tell you about what is the min max limit of output voltage for particular structure, and what is min max condition on input voltage, min max on input voltage. So these things are nothing but common mode ranges, and what DCB apply at the input, or so that a transistor, all transistor remains in saturation. What is the range of this input voltage? That is usually called the common mode range. And from that we will also see that what maximum the output voltage can go, so that the all transistor remain in saturation. It means the output has also limit, input has also limit. And for this particular structure we are losing the swing, because we cannot go much below this, we cannot go, our Vout cannot go much lesser and Vout cannot go much higher, because 2 transistor stack is there on top and 2 transistor stack is there in bottom, and third transistor is M0. So we cannot go much lower on the Vout, we cannot go much higher on the Vout, because otherwise these transistor stack will be crunched and they will lose their saturation region, or they will be forced to enter into the linear region. So the swing limitation is one reason. I will tell you about this swing calculation in the coming videos. So I think in this video I told how to improve the gain, and what are the limitations. In coming video, in coming video I'll tell you about the other aspects of 5 transistor OTA. I will not go into much detail of this telescopic structure. Now I will come back again on the 5 transistor OTA and will enter into the other parameters to calculate the other parameters, like this offset and noise. These are the very important. But before going there, I will tell something else about the 5 transistor OTA, common mode range and output swings. So these are the few things we are going to cover in the coming videos. This is enough for this video. Thank you.